So, Linda Chambers, Learning Through Discovery. Learning Through Discovery, Linda Chambers.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow members and guests. What do you want to be when you grow up? I remember my son responded to Officer Friendly when he was in kindergarten. He wanted to be a Ghostbuster. And of course, that was during the time when the movie was out. But it is an often familiar question that is posed to children when striking up a conversation with them. But if you had asked me that question when I was a child, I probably would have stood there looking pretty stupid. Because simply put, not only did I not know what I wanted to be, but I never really gave it any thought until I attended college. Unlike many people that I know who had clear vision, a solid path, and a strong sense of image, I managed to finally, in adulthood, find fit with my choice of major, career, and talents purely through discovery. And it all began in my teenage years. At the age of 14, I think it was a moment in time when I was my most rebellious, because I was a very rebellious teenager. I told my parents, you know what, I'm so sick of school, I refuse to go to college. I'm not going to college, I'm sick of school. And so what they did was, in my own best interest, they pulled me out of a regular high school, sent me to Jones Commercial where I could gain some vocational skills. And even then, they didn't allow me to make the choices. They made the choices for me, simply based on, I guess, whatever it is that I exhibited in some of those tests. And I ended up majoring in machine transcription, secretarial work, that nature. Back in the 70s, we learned how to type on manual typewriters. And needless to say, guys, I don't know. I got in there, did what I was supposed to do, but I was good at it. As a matter of fact, it started with the first all-school high school timing. Every month, I always topped the list in every one, on each one of those manual typewriters. And all through my 2 years, junior and senior high school, I always topped the list. I graduated from high school typing 75 words per minute on a manual typewriter. From there, usually when you're in your senior year anyway, they require you to work part-time in your particular area, and I had not only no problem getting a job because I did so well on those typing timings, but I also excelled tremendously. I was able in many cases to do or complete an 8-hour task in just 4 hours. I was good, and it didn't take long for me to realize that I had a natural aptitude for this, and at least I had enough sense to know that I could earn a living. I decided to stick with it, but guess what? I fooled my parents. I ended up going to college anyway. But I used my work as a secretary as an opportunity to pay my way through college. However, that path wasn't easy either, because when I went to college, I had no clear idea as to what I wanted to major in. Remember, I had not thought about what I wanted to be when I grow up. So I started out arbitrarily picking a major, which was sociology, because I thought that, well, you know what, maybe I might wish to become a social worker. But when I took courses in sociology, barely getting by with C's, I soon discovered that I didn't really have a natural aptitude towards sociology. So I switched, and I decided to go into psychology, and I didn't really do that much better there either. You know, not a whole big difference between the two fields. I didn't seem to have a natural tendency towards achieving well in that area either, and so I decided to do about face, get out of that major, and I went on and decided to major in education, even though I didn't really know if I wanted to be a teacher. My girlfriend was in deaf education. I thought I might be interested in becoming a special ed instructor, so I decided to go on and take some of those courses, and it was all right. But one of the requirements for one of those courses was to take a speech class. And of course the department soon changed from speech and communications, speech and theater to communications and theater. And when I took that course, I loved it. As a matter of fact, I excelled in that class, so it just felt good. It felt like the right fit. So guess what? I dumped special education, and I majored in communication. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in communication, and then continued on to get a master's in communication. But even with a major in communication, guys, I still didn't have a clue as to what I wanted to do with the degree. And so I continued with my secretary work. Somebody had told me about, perhaps working as a GED instructor because they were looking for part-time faculty. So I said, okay, why not? I'll try. And when I went into the classroom, I basically enjoyed what I was doing. I enjoyed teaching. And needless to say, I liked it a lot. And I continued teaching. And as a matter of fact, from being a GED instructor, I went on to teach at the Chicago City Colleges. I even tried to teach in the Chicago public school system, but I also discovered that I don't like working with youth. So I decided to go back into the adult realm and continue my work teaching at the two-year college. And needless to say, I've been doing that ever since. Well, here I am, 24 years teaching experience later. My youngest son will soon graduate from high school, and he's on his way to becoming independent, and hopefully I'm on my way towards becoming an empty nester. So I asked myself, now what? I'm not sure, but soon I will be on my second wind, and I am hoping that I can find new meaning and new enhancements to my life, and perhaps membership into Toastmasters International just might lead me to another good fit. You never know. Thank you.